how are you? In this video, I'm going to give you real numbers on the income and the amount of money you can make as an insurance agent in 5 years. These are the actual numbers that I've done over the last year 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're just in the middle of year 5. So I will break down every single year. I'll go straight to the point. I know that's what you want to know, is how much money can you really make and how does that look in the early stages as far as reinvesting and income for yourself, for your family, and all those things. And I'll explain kind of my situation at those times too. So just starting from year 1, the amount of money you can make as an insurance agent. I started that year, the first couple months, very, very difficult when you're starting an agency. There's a lot of structural things, processes you have to figure out, and just groundwork that you need to lay for the business. So it's not all sales. There's still structural things that need to be figured out. I closed that year selling about $208,000 in premium. Now looking back at that, I'm like, dear Lord, how is it possible that I didn't sell more than that? But I didn't have a network, I didn't have the right resources, the tools. I'll shout out some tools here at the end that I highly recommend that I think will be really, really helpful if I had started over. I wish I would have if I knew these things. So I'm going to give you some tips here at the end, so make sure you watch all the way through. And so $208,000, super little income. I didn't have kids, still don't have kids. Didn't have a wife, still don't have a wife. Lived with my parents, not anymore, but rent-free. I was, didn't have a car payment, I wasn't spending money on pretty much anything. I was fresh out of college, I was 21, and $208,000, it basically came out to, so it's 10 to 18% commission on that. So it's a spectrum of 10 to 18% is a very big spectrum. That's an 8% spread, but commercial policies tend to pay out more. They could be in the range of like 18%, and sometimes 10%. I would just ballpark it somewhere in the middle, like 12 to 14 if you want to be conservative. Go with 12 just to estimate how much you would make. So on that, roughly, you would say I made something like $20,000 to $25,000 in income, probably closer to $25,000 with broker fees and all those different things in the first year. That is so little. Like I can't, like I said, looking back, I'm like almost embarrassed to give these numbers. The following year, it basically doubled. So year 2, I sold $420,000 in premium. Same thing, 10 to 18%. But now the renewals from last year kicked in too, so that's around $600,000 book. So the 420 is new business premium I sold, plus the 208 from the previous year. That's $628,000 in premium. So yeah, same thing, 10 to 18%. So now we're in the range of making somewhere closer to like 70, 80K. Jumping straight into year 3, we sold about $677,000 in premium. So as I mentioned before, it stacks on the previous year. So now we're over $1 million, about $1.5 million ballpark book of business. Same thing, 10 to 18%, something like that. Going into year 4, we sold $718,000 in premium. So now, as you can see, we've now probably broken the $2 million mark at the end of year 4. And lastly, year 5, which we are currently in the month of May, so it's not finished yet, we are actively at over $608,000 in premium. So when you stack all those things up, we're close to about 2.7 mil book of business, approaching a $3 million book of business. And as I mentioned, those kind of stack up year after year. If you didn't notice, every single year grew. So 208,000, 420,000, 677,000, 718,000, and now we're in only the 5th month of the year, and we're already at 608,000. We're well on the right path to breaking $1 million year. So each year, as I mentioned, pouring back into the business, reinvesting, and I want to shout out a couple things that if I could start over, this is exactly what I would do. First things first. Invest more time. Like early on, work Saturdays. This is currently a Saturday. I'm working right now. Wake up earlier, stay later. Those are easy things that you can your hard work and time that you put on the business. Simple. Number 2, I would shoot more shots and I would use the softwares that I'm using now, which the number 1 software to generate leads. A lot of people ask me about this is Tudo. We're gonna shout them out. Tudo, boom. Tudo right here is the software where we do a lot of automations, we do campaigns, emails, texting, calling, all the different things that you can do with the software. We utilize it as much as we possibly can to generate activity and leads. Shooting more shots is simply the easiest thing you can do. Asking, talking to more people. So use that, something like that. There's a lot of them out there. We like Tudo. Tudo is the best one that we've seen, and I definitely recommend it for anybody out there. And also just being patient, just believing that you can do it. Those early stages, like I said, the first 6 months are extremely difficult with structural things, but being patient, working hard, reinvesting time, and shooting more shots, activity levels, and then patience and belief. There's nothing else you can do, and just having faith that 5 years down the road it will build up. It's not a fast, glamorous business. Life insurance is a little faster. You make bigger pops. Property and casualty, personal and commercial, it's just you're building up a book that is a long-term business. So hopefully that does help you. It gives you a little insight on the real numbers. And as you can see, we're in the month of May. We've already done 3 times what I did in the whole first year. So it really starts to build up. Be patient, have faith, shoot a lot of shots, work your ass off, and that is the end of this video. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, give us a like, subscribe. Really appreciate it if you do. You don't have to if you don't want to. And if you want to talk to me directly, go to chriscostantini.com. You can book a call with me if you need one-on-one coaching advice. We're also hiring at all times, looking for great people always to add to the team. So if you're interested and you're looking for a job, we do remote employees as well. So feel free to hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, Chris the Insurance Guy. That's the best way to probably actually talk to me and see what I'm doing behind the scenes. That's all I got. We'll see you guys at the top. See you soon. Peace.